How's it going, YouTube? My name is Ninja7, your resident Mistweaver monk and favorite WoW healing content creator. And guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 3 favorite healers in 10.2. So this is obviously all opinion based, but I love this style video because you guys can leave your opinions down below. What are your 3 top favorite healer specs to play in 10.2? And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So number 3, so my third favorite that I've been playing this season is actually Restoration Shaman. Now, right off the bat, before I even talk about the class at all, one thing that you guys probably have picked up on is that my favorite show in the entire world is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's see. Over here, you see there is, where is it? There we go, Uncle Iroh from the show. And then if I lean this way, you see Appa, a painting of Appa. So I love Avatar. So this class has always kind of been one that I wish I gave more time because of the theme of it. You know, you're kind of like a waterbender and earthbender. You bend all the elements. So I wish I played this spec more often. And this season, I've actually been having a lot of fun playing it. One, because of all the interactions that they have and all the healing that you can do. So yes, it did help that they are, you know, providing a lot of throughput. But that's not it. I think one thing that this spec has lacked in the past, it's like a playstyle diversity or just like a clear goal outside of just doing big damage in Mythic Plus. So I do like that they are kind of middle of the pack, you know, not exceptional in Mythic Plus. That makes it more fun for me personally to play. However, they can still do pretty good damage. I love, like, one of my favorite talents in the entire game, not just on any spec, but in the entire game, is Acid Rain. I love this talent because it makes their healing rain kind of perform like Blizzard, like the Frost Mage Blizzard, and I love that. And then also Chain Lightning, Chain Heal, those two spells have always been so satisfying to press. So to see Chain Heal basically be the meta playstyle in the raid build, it does so much healing, packs such a punch, and kind of is their filler spell in some scenarios. I love that. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. Not to mention all the like interactions around Chain Heal. So doing something like Unleash Life to empower your next in Chain Heal, and then Tidebringer, High Tide also still, you know, showing in this playstyle. I love it. Also, their tier set is pretty cool. It's not like a fun tier set, but it funnels a lot. You know, your Riptide count is gonna be high because you're always pressing that button. A lot of your buttons, like Primordial Wave, also spawn Riptides. And then if you have your tier set buff on someone with a Riptide, it has a chance to like clone it onto someone else. So you're going to be funneling a lot of that hot healing into each person that you actually spot heal. So all in all, it's just been a lot of fun interactions. And I love the filler spells between all of the interactions. This spec would land higher, and I might possibly main it. Honestly, if they brought Vesper Totem back, I know a lot of you guys love Vesper Totem because it does huge healer damage. I love that spell too. That was when I had personally the most fun playing Resto Shaman. But number 2, I'm personally not a fan of Healing Tide Totem. To me, it's pretty underwhelming. It feels like a less powerful Tranquility, because Tranquility probably won't do as much healing on a meter, but it will do more healing because it provides more healing to all of your other HOTS. It has more interaction than something like Healing Tide Totem, and to be a 3-minute cooldown, for me personally, it's not my favorite. So if something were to change with that or some boost to it, then I would be a big fan. Now, I will say the spell Ascendance has grown on me a lot. Same with Cloudburst Totem. I love those spells more than I have in the past, so that also helps. But yeah, this spec is in a great spot. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I think they're making some great changes, like buffing Acid Rain and Chain Lightning damage to make them more viable in a Mythic Plus environment, or just be able to squeeze in more damage. I'm having a lot of fun with them. All right, next up, look, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Next up is Holy Priest, and I know, I've been saying this whole season that Holy Priest and Resto Shaman are toward the bottom of tier lists, and it's just been a truth. Like, they have not performed as well in both forms of content as something like the Flavor of the Month specs, and that is kind of the flaw with the tier list for sure, because although something is not, you know, meta, quote unquote meta, it could still be the most fun or the best thing to play. And for me, I'm having such a blast playing Holy Priest One thing about me, if you've watched this channel for a long time, you know that one of the number one things that scratches my little brain itch is when you see a lot of green numbers on the screen. That's what drew me to Resto Druid when I first started playing the game, and that's what drew me to Mistweaver Monk when I swapped from Resto Druid. But now, Holy Priest, something about it, like when you put your little Sanctify on the ground, and it spawns a bunch of renews on people, and then you press the other one, spawn a bunch more renews, and then, you know, one of those gets reset by your tier set, you spawn more renews on people, and then you press Holy Word Salve, you'll put Prayer of Mendings and renews on everyone. I mean, it is such a fun time. And then not to mention, Divine Hymn just slams healing. Like, it is such a powerful healing spell. I absolutely have really enjoyed this spell, specifically interacting with all of your hot healing, your mastery healing, everything. It just feels very powerful and very impactful how a healer cooldown should feel. Now, I will say, I am not the best Holy Priest player at all, so if you're watching the footage going right now, wondering what on earth is he pressing, look, I admit it, I am not perfect, but probably part of the reason why I've enjoyed this spec so much is because most of my enjoyment comes from learning. So that's why I'm, you know, big on hyping up what I'm trying at that moment, because to me that's fun. Like, learning a new spec is fun for me. And although I've played Holy Priest in the past, I've never given it this much light of day, and I am having an honest blast. Now, part of that, like I said, is because of all the free renews that you're getting from your tier set, but also I think Apotheosis, however you say that, I think that is such a sick spell, and the fact that you can get them for free just by playing around your Prayer of Mendings is like really fun. It's kind of like a free wings proc from a Holy Paladin, but for me personally, it feels more impactful because you see your spells reset, your powerful buttons that have immediate impact, whereas like with a Holy Paladin popping wings, obviously that's very powerful. When you know the game, you know that just getting a blast of crit rate is like really strong, but it doesn't feel as impactful like when you actually press a button and see a health bar go up. But Holy Priest is exceptional at that. I mean, like when you press Holy Word Serenity on a DPS and you see their health bar go like all the way up, it is one of the most satisfying things in the entire game. And you can have 2 charges of this spell, and your tier set keeps it from resetting or going on cooldown every now and then. It's just the most satisfying thing in a Mythic Plus environment. Not to mention, their spot healing isn't at the best as it's ever been from what I know with the flash heal and heal rotation, because in Raid I see them playing all their AoE heal spells more often to reset the Sanctify cooldown. But there is nothing more satisfying than watching a DPS almost die in a Raid environment and then Holy Word Serenating them back to full, saving their life, or gripping them out of a swirly. I've done that like twice in LFR, and it's felt so good. Like every time I run 5-rack on my priest, I grip people into that little safe zone and save their life. It just feels fun. But yes, obviously Disc Priest has this available too, but something about hands-on healing I'm enjoying a lot more this season. I know they've done a lot of changes to make hands-on healing feel more impactful, you know, less passive healing or moving around passive healing abilities onto different specs. And one thing you'll notice with my favorites list is that I am enjoying the hands-on healing more. Chain healing people that are low. You'll see coming up what my next one is, but Holy Priest, I'm enjoying flash healing in a Mythic Plus environment, and then just spot healing around on people or using my Holy Words on people that need healing in a Raid environment. And I'm loving this spec now. But what is my number one favorite spec to play in the game right now? It's just, I'm having such a blast on it. Guys, do you even need to ask the question? It's Mistweaver Monk, obviously. I mean, Mistweaver, look, a blanket statement, sure, Mistweaver is my favorite spec. But I will say they've made a lot of changes that has made the spec more enjoyable. The number one thing that I'm enjoying more about Mistweaver than I was in the past seasons is the survivability. I mean, I can't tell you enough how many times I would just die to AoE slams of damage in Mythic Plus or in raid when trying to push mythic raid or push high keys, and I would straight up just die even with a defensive like last season, the season before. But now that's like a thing of the past. We are so beefy. In fact, I saw like a Reddit post the other day where someone was like, hey, which melee healer is the tankiest? And overwhelming, everyone was saying Mistweaver. A couple people said, well, Plate is tanky. But no, Mistweaver feels excellent. We have a rolling shield to keep us alive. We have bounce back to keep us from going down to one hit. And we have great defensives. It's honestly in such a good spot in terms of durability, survivability. And I think that allows the rest of its kit to shine, because you're not having to worry about, oh, you know, we're a minute into this pool, our Mistweaver's dead, do we have to wipe, do we not? We don't have to worry about that anymore, because we don't just die like we used to. So it's honestly made this spec so much more fun, because I actually get to play the game to a higher extent than I would before. But also, the other thing that I have been enjoying so much about this spec is Tear of Mourning. Guys, this was already one of my favorite talents back in Shadowlands. I loved this talent. I was always trying to force it into videos. I'm sure you guys remember the whole caster craze, but now it's like, it's meta. It's so powerful. I mean, the way that you can get so many Renewing Mist out and just get so much Enveloping Mist cleave. Now, it is made possible by how they've buffed the hots. Like, they've buffed Enveloping Mist to be more worth it than extending all of your hots in some scenarios. But the fact that Tear of Mourning is powerful has increased my enjoyment. Like, if you think of like a fun spectrum, like over here on this side, you have like the most fun melee centric build, like Fist Weaving, completely Chi-Ji, Ancient Teachings. And then on this side, you have the most fun, like pacifist, ranged play style with all the casting spells and Enveloping Mist. And then right here in the very middle, not fun, is a hybrid of both. The normal standard Yu'lon build that we've used for the past 2 seasons, where you have to stand in melee but cast a shit ton of spells to get the job done. That was horrendous. That was horrible design. It felt clunky, awkward to play with. But now we're over here in Raid and over here in Mythic Plus, and it is chef's kiss. It's so much fun to play. It does so much healing. Like, you see someone take a big slam of damage, one Vivify can top them up. Also, there are a lot of like very hard ticking dots in Mythic Plus this season. Like, for example, Crushing Depths in Throne of the Tides, where they get that heal absorb on them and then have that dot ticking underneath that heal absorb. If you put your tier set on them by putting Renewing Mist and then start a channel of Soothing Mist and then cast an Enveloping Mist and then spam Vivifies, health bars are gonna get chunked. I mean, there are so many modifiers that you can apply even in your Mythic Plus build to your Vivifies that it just feels exceptional. And then, not to mention, going back to Raid, I keep flip-flopping, but with the Tear of Mourning build, the ramp is so much easier because you don't have to squeeze in a Rising Sun Kick to extend all your hots. You can press a bunch of Enveloping Mist, you can press a few Enveloping Mist, and then capitalize on all those hots by pressing Vivify. It's variable, and it feels amazing. And yeah, I'm having such a blast on Mistweaver, and I'm so happy that you guys have allowed me to be a small, very small YouTuber for such a fun class. And I'm so grateful for you guys allowing me to do this, because just imagine I could be like some slimy, grubby little rogue player sitting in a basement somewhere. I don't know. That's just how I picture all rogue players. But instead, I'm a Mistweaver monk, and it makes me so happy that we are getting so much love and performing so well. And also, the play style is just such a blast, and I'm hoping that you guys are also enjoying it as much as I am. But guys, that has been my top 3 favorite healers in 10.2. Stay tuned though, because I do have a bottom 3, which if there's 7, it kind of basically becomes a bottom 4, because you'll find out which one's the middle one. But that has been my top 3 favorite healers in 10.2. What 3? Just give me your top 3. You don't have to rank all 7, but you can if you want. But what has been your top 3 favorite healers to play in 10.2? And you can base it on anything: power, fun, I don't care. I based it on a kind of a hybrid of all of it. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for all the support to this channel. 2023 has been such an amazing year. I was looking and I think I had like 700 subscribers at the beginning of this year. So to have like 7 times that, almost 8 times that now is like, I mean, it blows my mind, the amount of support that you guys have given me. And I'm really looking forward to 2024 and to see how much we can grow from where we are now. It just blows my mind to even think that we can get any higher than this. But thank you guys so much for every step in this journey. I'm excited to see where we can take it. But since we're on that note, I do have to thank my Patreons. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing it, but these guys are honestly what keeps me able to do this channel, or to keep trying to do this channel. So huge shout out to these guys on the screen. And if you want to get a shout out like these guys, check out the link down in the description below. There are so many different tiers that you can support. And while you're down there, just hit like, hit subscribe, and comment your favorite healers. Guys, my name is LBNinja7. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.